Hey guys, it's Zach. I wanted to make a video today about cheese on the carnivore diet. It's probably the most asked question I get every single day is, can I have cheese? And people are like, if I could have cheese, I think I can do it. So I've done a lot of research on this, like testing on myself over the last, I don't know, 6 or 7 months, and I'm gonna say that my the answer to that question is no, you should not eat cheese on a carnivore diet. And the reason why, I'll give you a couple reasons. Um, I have been eating cheese. I've gone off and on and off and on, and I can tell you with certainty that cheese elevates your blood sugar a little bit. On average, I've been checking my blood sugar 3, 4 times a day. On average, my blood sugar has been staying in the 70 to 76 range when I'm off cheese. When I'm eating cheese or dairy in general, actually, so that would be like heavy cream and milk, my blood sugar stays between 85 and 89. And that actually affects my fasting blood sugar when I wake up in the morning. So if I have cheese the day before, the next day when I wake up, my blood sugar is at it's higher. So there's definitely some effect on A1C and some glycation going on. Um, I think that I also noticed definitely some water weight. So I probably stay about 10 or 15 pounds heavier just from cheese and dairy and raw milk. And I'm drinking raw, so I'm not even doing unhealthy. All the cheese and dairy that I'm taking is going to be raw. So I'd have to say, based on my uh, experience, that I would say if you want the best health, and best results from carnivore diet, cheese is one of those things you're going to have to give up. Um, it also raises your HSCRP a little bit, so it's definitely got some inflammatory proteins. There's proteins inside of cheese that are going to, they're immunogenic, which means they can uh, cause your body to mount an immune response. Okay, is it going to kill you or anything like that? I mean, who knows? I don't know if the glycation is. It's definitely not as bad as eating, plants that are going to break all plants. So even broccoli breaks down into sugar, which will, elevate your blood sugar. And also, cheese activates the reward center in the brain, just like carbohydrates and vegetables do. So, unfortunately, I know I've told some people that it was okay, and if that gets you on the diet and you can do meat and some cheese and that gets you where you need to be, then maybe that's appropriate. But I think long term, kind of like coffee, it's best to get off of it. I actually feel significantly better not having cheese. Wake up in the morning, feeling a little bit better. So I think cheese has an effect on your chemistry for sure. And the thing is our goal is health. It's yeah, cheese is basically a mixture of fat, some sugar, and some protein. So we know that when you mix those things together, you can it has an effect on your the Randall cycle, which is basically it's an internal starvation. It prevents your body from being able to take in sugar and or fat. So it causes a lot of problems, a cascade of problems. So um, yeah, that's the big thing. I know it's a big issue for a lot of people, and I want you to be able to be successful. And if cheese gets you on there, it's kind of like I tell people in the beginning, you don't have to give up coffee if that's the one thing that you need. But cheese is addictive, and a carnivore diet. I said this yesterday. Carnivore diet is 100% a lifestyle, and it's not just about what kind of foods I eat. It's about changing my relationship with food. And what I want is for you to be able to uh, go without feeling like you need to eat. I mean, you want to eat, and you have to in order to survive. But a sugar-based diet or a or a plant-based diet, or including plants at all in your diet, you're going to have a need, right? I got to eat every 2 3 hours, or I feel terrible, or I get hangry. And that system was put in place intentionally by pharma and big food companies in cahoots with the government years and years and years ago, right? They knew that we had this reaction. They basically domesticated us like you do with a dog, right? The way you domesticate a dog is you bring it in the home, you give it a nice comfortable place to sleep, you feed it the same, this particular food that won't allow them to thrive, but it'll also keep them, satiated and needing to come back for more. So the sugar-based diet will keep you coming back for more. I can go hours, days without eating. It has no effect on me. I'm not going to feel terrible. I'm not going to feel bad. If anything, I'll feel better. Um, you know, uh, it's just the carnivore diet puts you in a position to have food freedom, and that's a real thing. And I don't think, there's medical freedom, and then there's food freedom. I mean, you want to be free from needing something in order to be um, human. I mean, a lot of us aren't really human anymore because everything we do is dependent on, pumping money into some system that benefits somebody other than you. That's I in somebody taught me this a long time ago when I worked in sales. And one of my managers once told me, he goes, whenever you do something, it should, whatever the act that you do should benefit all three parties. And he meant by that was, you should make a commission that benefits you, the customer should get what they need that benefits them, and then the company should make a profit and that benefits them. If you're doing some sort of transaction, whether it's business or otherwise, if you are doing something and it's only benefiting the food companies and it's making you sick and it's making everybody else, have to do something to help you, maybe they got to drive you because you're diabetic or something like that, it's not effective. It's not benefiting everyone right now, and there's a huge imbalance right now in today's markets. um, but I promise you, the food that you're eating, um, it was intentionally, you were intentionally told that this is what you're supposed to eat so that you could feed a system, not so that you could feed yourself. You don't need to eat uh, plant-based foods to survive. And all of the data on that was all fabricated and lied. And a lot of the data was done, it was done correctly, they just never published it, right? There's a lot of data. I mean, you don't have to have carbohydrates. There are zero essential carbohydrates. There is zero daily requirement for carbohydrates and or sugar. You don't need blood. You make your own blood glucose. Okay. If your body needs glucose, it is produced in the body. You don't have to eat it. You don't have to take it. Okay. Um, but again, just covering the cheese thing, I'm trying to put data out there to help people. Um, I think that based on my results, it's a big no-no. It has a huge effect on how you feel. Cheese will make you come back for more. You definitely eat much more than you would have if it was meat. Some people can get away with it, but I definitely think that it's a no-no as far as how it can make your body react. I think 80% of human population on the planet is lactose intolerant or has sort of reaction to it, which tells you that it's not really a food for humans. We haven't been eating it that long, so it is delicious. Maybe you could use it as a treat here or there, but I don't think it's something that you should incorporate every single day into your diet. So, but we'll talk to you. It's actually my birthday today. My wife should be home soon. We got um, I got some of those big beef ribs on the grill again today on the smoker, so I'm excited about that. And I got a couple of Wagyu fillets from Costco. But yeah, and unfortunately, one of my littles is sick. Me and Zen had some. I don't know if this is what it's from, but me and Zen had some ground wild boar, and I kind of had a little bit of a stomach ache before I went to bed, and he's been throwing up all day, and it's pretty bad. So I actually, in my experience, every time I've had ground anything, I've had a bad reaction to it. So I'm not sure ground meat is that good for us in general. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.